Well, a big winter storm slamming the Midwest earlier this month, leaving piles of snow on the roads and on the rooftops of some homes. These piles of snow on your home can actually be dangerous if you're not careful. And that's because when the ice builds up at the edge of your roof, blocking that melting snow from draining off, it's called an ice dam, and it can cause a lot of damage to your home.
Yeah, it sure can. So let's welcome in President of the Ice Dam Guys, Joe Palumbo, to help us figure out what to do if this happens. So thank you for joining us this morning, Joe. We appreciate it. So most people are familiar with it, but how do ice dams form? And what can we do about that?
Hi, Kelly. Hi, Lynette. Thanks for having me. As that snow on top of your roof melts, people don't necessarily think snow is melting in the winter, but on top of your roof, it is being heated from that living space beneath your home, typically. Sometimes from the sun, sometimes from ambient temperature, but typically when the winters are good and cold and your furnace is cranking overtime, you have some heat loss through your attic, and it warms that roof deck, and that melted snow trickles down the slope of your roof. And when it hits that cold overhang, because there's no living space, heated living space beneath it, it freezes. And then as that continues, that buildup of ice grows at the edge of your roof, the overhang, and the water pools up and begins to leak back through the shingles.
So it basically just gets stuck there, like you would see a dam on a river, right? Everything just kind of backs up behind that blockage. So, how do you even know there's one on your roof?
It's sometimes it's easy. Sometimes you can see that thick layer of ice from the ground just looking up. Icicles aren't always just as pretty and harmless as they look. Icicles are a byproduct of an ice dam. But just because you have icicles doesn't necessarily mean there's a problematic ice dam.
Okay, so I just saw somebody on the roof, and I'm thinking that no to the question, but I'll let you answer this. So removing an ice dam, should we do it ourselves or should we call the pros?
Oh, heavens, no.
Exactly.
My opinion is biased, but trust me, stay safe, stay on the ground. It's a dangerous job. You don't want to be climbing up a slippery ladder, standing on a slippery slope, trying to hack away at an ice dam with a hammer or a hatchet, which is what most people try to do by themselves. We use steam, which is, think of a pressure washer you would wash your car with, only we use superheated water to the point that it's steam, and we just gently steam it off your roof in chunks, and that's how we remove it. But you don't want to be up there yourself.
Don't worry, Joe. I have no intention of going up there anytime soon. I mean, you could damage your roof tiles, if you
damage yourself.
Use the wrong equipment.
Yeah.
But how do we prevent these ice dams in the first place?
I mean, the best way to prevent them, right, is in the spring, summer, and fall when you're not thinking about them at all, and to increase the insulation, increase the ventilation in your attic, close off those attic bypasses, those leaks, those hot air leaks into your attic. That's the best way. If it's already winter, which most people procrastinate, including myself, I'm guilty of it, is get that snow off your roof. And again, don't do it yourself. If you want to do anything yourself, use a roof rake. Get as much of that snow off as you can safely on the ground with a roof rake. Don't climb up with a ladder. Don't have the neighborhood kid jump up with a shovel. It's dangerous. Stay on the ground.
Okay, so Joe, what if you ignore it till it melts, like maybe I might do, but I feel like that's a no-no?
Oh, it's possible, but how much of that water is in your house by then? That's the problem. How much is in your living room or your kitchen? That's the problem. Oh, we'll wait for a warm-up and it'll just fall off. Well, it will, but the damage will have been done by then, and then you'll have a house full of contractors all summer long.
And I know a lot of people are tempted to break off those long icicles that are hanging off the gutter, but you're saying that's not a good idea either.
No. So many times they do that. A shingle comes with it.
Oh, yeah, that's not good.
And
our ice dams,
it's frozen to the shingle. That's the root of the ice dam, is it's frozen to that shingle. So breaking those icicles off, I guess growing up when my dad told me not to break icicles off the roof, he was right.
Oh, absolutely. It's like that movie, A Christmas Story. It'll shoot your eye out, too, if you get underneath one of those icicles. But are ice dams more or less of a problem on a metal roof as opposed to a more traditional style roof?
A traditional style. We do see them on metal roofs, but not very often. We always say that metal roofs is kind of the nemesis of ice dams. It's just really hard for them to adhere themselves to anything because of that smooth painted steel surface. Not to mention that the snow slides off steel much easier than it does a granule shingle.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, note to self, get a steel roof.
Yeah, totally.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Joe, for being here. President of the Ice Dam Guys, Joe Palumbo, thanks for speaking with us this morning. We appreciate it.